Hello, this is Joe Jacobson with Step-by-Step Blog Building. We're wrapping up here this series in the setup of your blog section of the membership site. And what we're going to do here is go through these three plugins here in a little more detail. They're a little bit more troublesome, a little more detailed. And but go ahead and we're going to be logging into the dashboard. Also, don't forget to get that PDF file, which is going to list all of the 30 or 40 or so plugins that you may want to be looking at here over the next few months as you get started with your WordPress blog. But let's go ahead and jump over the internet, and we're going to look at Akismet, which is a anti-spam type of plugin, real important one. You need that one. The Google Analytics, which is very powerful. It is optional, but you probably want to learn how to do that one as well, so you can monitor your traffic and so forth. As well as we'll take a look at this database manager, which has a little quirkiness to it that we need to attend to. So here we are over at the internet, and I've logged in here to the WordPress back office or the dashboard. And so look here for Akismet. Should be on the top of the list, and it should be activated. And so what you want to do then is, let's see, you click on this right here, Akismet. You need to get your Akismet API key. Okay, and then you click on the blue tab here and get your key, get signed up for that. Start over here if you've got a personal blog and you don't want to pay monthly for it. I mean, you can if you want to support them, but I'm going to click on this one as an example. If you choose to help them out, the developers, help them out monthly and as a contribution, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, you can slide this over to the zero wherever you'd like to. You get the sad face here, but anyways, you can continue on. Put your first name in, last name, email, and email confirmation, and then click on the continue button. The next step is you'll need to go over to your email, the one you just registered with. They will give you, pretty instantly actually, the API key number. That's the key number you need to copy and then paste into your WordPress dashboard for the Akismet plugin. Let me hit the back button here and get back to the plugins here. Once you have that from your email, then what you do is you click on this Akismet configuration link right here, and you'll get this page right here now. And then you take that number that from your email and simply paste it right in here, and then click on update options, and that's all there is to it. Your Akismet will now be running, and you can actually monitor. Here it is over here, Akismet configuration, and I believe under dashboard it also has right here your Akismet stats, so you can check to see how many have been filtered out as spam, how many comments and so forth. Mostly it talks about and works on the comments for your posts. Okay, so that's that part of this video. Now, as long as we're here on this page, take a look at this red alert area. Your backup folder might be visible to the public. Well, what's that all about? Well, it turns out that it's one of these, this database manager plugin. I don't know why exactly. I've never contacted the author of it, but you get this warning when you load it, so you might want to go ahead and fix it. Here it is right here, this WP DB Manager. That's the plugin that we loaded. So it tells you to move this file from here to there, and etc., etc. So we just go ahead and do it. But it's a little bit tricky. You can do it yourself. You can call your HostGator and have them walk you through it, or I'll go ahead and walk you through it right now. So this is one way to do it. You can also do it from your FTP client if you know how to do that. But you can log into your HostGator, go to File Manager, and then we need to find that file, which I happen to remember what it is. So it is over here in this directory here, this folder, public HTML, right there. Oops, I don't want to move it. That's where all your files are, your WordPress files. So I'm going to go over to here, what are we working on? The demo domain name That's our demo site here. Double click on that, opens up that folder. Now just be careful, and or at least watch this carefully. I meant because you can always come back and watch it again. So I'm going to go a little bit fast here. It's now under WP content is the next folder to open up. Now notice that backup database right there. We're going to come back and move move a file into that folder. That's what it wanted us to do, so we're going to do it. And then, but first we need to go find that plugin, that database plugin, and that's in this folder. So double click on that one, open that up, and the one that is causing us to do this is down here, this WP Manager. So what you need to do is double click on that one, and the file is right here. This is the one that they were telling us we need to move over to that backup one, which here I'll show you where that was again, over here in this left navigation if I can. Okay, we come back down to demo and open that one up, and then the WP content, and here it is right here, backup database. So we need to move this file over to there. But in the course of all this, when I first did it, I found that it's actually not supposed to have that TXT on it. Excuse me, when you move it over there. So anyways, what you do is, let's see if this will work in here. I believe I can just take it and drag it and drop it right in there, the backup DB. Okay, now what you need to do is open this up here. You can double click on that folder, and there it is right there. Okay, so we moved it into that backup folder. But one more little step is, you click right on it again, is we need to take that TXT off of it. I know this is troublesome here, but it needs to be done. Just hit the back key here, back button, take that off. But then you need to come over to the very beginning of that htaccess and put a dot. There you go. And then click off of it. That's the way it's supposed to look. So kind of troublesome, but anyways, you can do it. Just go back and watch this video again if you need to, this part of it. And that's that step right there, and that's complete. Okay, so that takes care of the two plugins. Now the third one we want to work on, and let me see here, I can probably close some of these windows, but the third one is Google Analytics. See if I can get through this pretty quick here, so it's not too long a video. And what you want to do is type in and do a search. You can get right to it here, Google Analytics, and you get to this link right here. So go ahead and click on that, google.com Analytics. That's where you need to start out. Now, depends on whether you have a Google account already. Most people probably do. So you can bypass some of these early steps. But if you don't have any kind of Google account, then you need to actually sign up right here. Sign up now. Okay, now I have one, so I could actually go ahead and sign right in to the Google Analytics and get started on setting up a Google Analytics account. But if you don't have a Google account, then you need to come up here, create an account now. Okay, and come through all these steps here, fill out all these fields, and then down here click on create my account. And that's just a general Google account you're creating. And then once you do that, you'll get another email to confirm that. And so then after you get that email confirmation, then you can come back to the sign in. Let me go ahead and see if I can do that here now. Okay. And so you would then sign in. Now I happen to have an account already, so what I can do here just to show you is start creating as if I were going to create a new account, a new Google Analytics account. And so I can do that. You can have multiple Google Analytics accounts and multiple websites inside of each account. So it gets a little complicated here. But anyways, what you do then is sign up for Google Analytics. And this is what you would need to do if you don't have a Google Analytics account. Click on that and then sign up here with the primary website URL that you want to use. Let me see, maybe I can just go ahead and do this. Now this is the actual membership site here. Okay, and then the account name, well, it gives it the same name, doesn't it? Oh, okay, that's fine. And then looks like we've got to put in the Eastern Time here, or wherever you're located, and click on Continue. And you go through and you do have to fill in some information here. United States, continue, and you have to agree, read over the terms of service, agree to that, and create new account. Now with this, you may have different domain names. You can always add one later, but if you're just starting out, you can go with this number one here, a single account. And now this code here is for different types of websites. For WordPress, we're going to use the plugin that we've already loaded, the Google Analytics plugin, so we don't actually need this code right over here. So let's see what else we have here. Optional, email these instructions, save and finish. Okay, there we are right there. So what we want to do is, we did all this in order that we can go ahead and grab this UA number is what it is. And of course I don't want to show all that to the world, but there it is right there. And so right there now we copy that. And then, now by the way, we'll come back and do another video on this at some other time when we actually can see the power of this and how you use this to track all your business and all your activity on your website. That's another video. Mainly we just are setting this up now, so we need that URL there number. And so what we do then is come back to our dashboard, and you can see here Google Analytics is not active. You must select which profile to track. So let's go ahead and click on that and see if that takes us to the right configuration page for Google Analytics. And there it is right there. Okay, so there it is. Manually enter your code, and that's that long code there that we're going to copy and paste over, and you just go ahead and put it in right there. And then that's pretty much it. Come on down here and click on Update Google Analytics Settings. Okay, and that's it. Now you've got and this will go away once you get that configured in there. Actually, both of these will go away. All right, so that's it. We covered a lot of territory pretty quickly there, and let's see if we covered everything. These are just 3 of the plugins: the Akismet, the Google Analytics, the database, which were a little bit tricky. And there's a lot more, of course, plugins. Most of them are pretty straightforward, and some of them also need a little bit of extra care and extra learning, and we'll cover those in the future. Things like galleries or membership plugins, all kinds of other plugins that are a little bit more complicated. Okay, so I hope you learned that, and you can always come back and watch this again, go through the details, and hopefully that covers it enough for you to get those done. Alrighty then, so we're going to move forward here out of the basic setup real soon and get right into how do you use your blog. How do you actually start building content and do it in a way that's going to be found on the internet and have the best search engine optimized posts and pages. How do you add images, video, and so forth. All those little details and widgets. We're going to talk about all that in the next section of operating your blog. We'll see you real soon in that section. This is Joe Jacobson with Step by Step Blog Building.